Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to be back with some Sudoku videos, and I hope that you guys will enjoy what I'm going to be bringing you in the weeks to come. I just wanted to start off with something simple. Coming back in after being away for so long. One of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to share 3 of my favorite YouTube channels that are dedicated to Sudoku. There's one called the Sudoku guy. This guy Robin, he's got a unique teaching style and covers a lot of different techniques. You can see he's got these lessons here on his page. Beginner lessons 1 through 12, advanced lessons 13 through 25. He's got quite a bit of content on his site. You go search by videos, you can see there's quite a few different videos on here. So he's one guy I would check out. Another is the Sudoku Swami. This guy is a beast, man. He he covers basically everything, like everything you could possibly want to know. He covers it. He's got a unique teaching style again. I like how he can break down really tough concepts into simple, easy to understand ideas, and like I said, he's pretty much got everything related to like classic Sudoku. And then you got these guys cracking the cryptic, and they're pretty awesome. They're the ones that actually got me back into Sudoku, because I got on their channel and was checking out just the various different things that they have on their channel. Like, I'm personally not into alternate Sudokus. You can see all these Sudokus here. A lot of them are not classic. They're like unique versions, alternate versions of Sudoku, but they'll still have like some classics in here. You can also go to playlists, and you can see they've got all these different playlists in here. So like one of them is Sudoku guides, and you've got advanced Sudoku guides which would be my 2 favorites, since I'm like into the classic stuff. But then they've got actual technique videos too, like here's 5 videos dedicated to skyscraper logic. So I would highly recommend checking out these 3 different channels. They've got a ton of awesome content on here. Subscribe to them and be sure to check all videos, and then you'll be able to keep up with whatever they got going on. And then I'm going to talk about Hodoku, which is what I use to play Sudoku now. When I first started playing, I was playing on paper and pencil, and you'd see a puzzle that, actually here, I'm just going to show you quick. You would see a puzzle like this on a piece of paper, and it's just got all these blank cells, and you would have to fill in your own candidates. So like let's see if I can find yeah, okay, so like in this middle house here, you can see there's no 2 in here. This column already has a 2, so this one cannot be a 2, but I don't see anything in these rows that's restricting a possibility of a 2 in either of these cells. So with Hodoku, what I can do is highlight these 2 cells. I clicked on one, and then I held down the control key and clicked the other one, and now while I'm holding control on my keyboard, I can press the number 2, and it'll put 2 as a candidate in each of those cells. So that's one cool thing that you can do with Hodoku. Another, I like to always have show candidates on, and here, let me go back and start a new puzzle again there. So like I like to have all candidates turned on, like you see here. They just automatically, as soon as you start a new puzzle with this button, you're going to have all your possible candidates showing. Another thing I would highly recommend when you run Hodoku, which by the way I should tell you, it's very easy to find online. Just go on Google, search for Hodoku. It's Hodoku. And the very first link that comes up is most likely going to be the one you need. It's a SourceForge link. The program is totally free. It does require Java though, so make sure that you have Java installed on your computer before installing and launching Hodoku. But then some of the things I like about Hodoku that makes it a lot nicer is, like, for instance, let's say I have a puzzle that's in the paper, you know, that maybe my wife wants me to go through a puzzle that she found in the paper. So when I first launch Hodoku, it's going to come up like this. It's going to show the standard grid, and then there's going to be all possible candidates filled in. The reason right now every single cell has a 1 through 9 is because we have no numbers on the board. So now I would just go through and highlight the cells where numbers go. Like if I had a puzzle, like here, let's just go online quick and we'll do Sudoku puzzle just so we can see like 1. Just 1 is all we need as a reference. So yeah, here I can see here's a puzzle. Like we could find this one in the paper. So what I would do now is in Hodoku I would fill in these cells matching the same way that puzzle is set up. So you can either mouse over the candidate and then double click. So if I want a 5 here, I'm just going to double click on 5. Here I want a 3, I'm going to double click on 3. You can also use your keyboard arrow keys to arrow over to the cells you want and hit the number key on your keyboard. That's another way of going about it. But I personally like using the just double click method. I just reference what I'm seeing in the actual puzzle that we found in the paper or online or wherever we got it from. And as soon as you've got all the numbers in the puzzle, you're basically ready to go. There's no like start button or anything. It's just you start from wherever you are. So there's our puzzle set up now, and I think we can actually lock this. Yeah, we can say play, and now notice those blue numbers turned into black numbers, but we could have kept going the way we were. That would have been fine as well. But this is another cool thing about using a program like this, using Hodoku. One is, like I said, all the candidates are visible right away, so I can see here's a naked single. This is a 5, so I can just double click on this cell and it'll make it a 5. That automatically turned this cell into a naked 9, so I'm going to go ahead and double click that. Here's a 7, I'm going to double click that. Here's a 3. So I'm just going through and I'm double clicking where I see cells that have already been completed. There's a 4, 2, 3. So as you can see, this puzzle, wherever it came from, it was a pretty easy puzzle because we're able to find all these naked singles as soon as we complete different cells. So this, you can see this puzzle was not challenging at all. Let's go. Here's another thing I'll show you about Hodoku that's cool is mode. Right now I'm in learning mode. And I'm practicing learning wings, W-wing, XY-wing, and XYZ-wing. You can just go in playing mode and you can pick your difficulty. So let's pick medium, for instance. So select that. I will start a new puzzle here. Click this button. Oh, another thing I like to point out that I like to turn on is these under view, go to show hint buttons. That's going to enable these buttons over here, and I'll show you why those are handy in a moment. So another cool thing about Hodoku is you have these numbers up here you can click on to filter based on those numbers. So here when I click on 1, it shows me every cell on the board right now where a possibility of a 1 exists in those cells. You can do that with all the other numbers. Go through with 2, 3, and right now I'm trying to like look for areas where I could maybe either rule out candidates or find something obvious that's standing out. So one thing I'm noticing right now is here's a 3 and a 3 in this box. So that's the only 2 places where a 3 can exist in this box. Now that I know that this cannot be a 3. Same with this row here. This is the only spot in this entire row where a 3 is possible. So a 3 has to be either here or here in order for this row to be complete. So I know again this cannot be a 3. So I can right click on it and I can say exclude 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and click again. So right off the bat here, I see a hidden single. Down here you can see there's 7 possible candidates, but in this box here or in this row, when I have 4s filtered, that's the only 4 that's possible. So I know that this is a hidden 4. I have to be able to just double click here and make that a 4. And like, let's say you're going along and you're like, okay, I don't know, I can't see anything, nothing's really standing out. What's my next possible move? Basically, you want a hint, right? So you can use this vague hint, this little small question mark button, and it's going to say, okay, possible step is a hidden single. So if you look around and you're like, okay, I don't know what number it is, I can't tell yet, you can go with the concrete hint. You can click this bigger question mark button. Now it's going to say a hidden single when filtered on 6s, or that's how you can find it. So it says the hidden single is a 6. So I'm going to filter on 6s, and now I can see there's actually 2 hidden singles. There's one here because it's the only one that exists in this home, in this house, this box. And here's another one. Oh, it's the only 6 that exists in this house, this box here. So I can double click that to make that a 6, and double click that to make that a 6. And now that's already opened up another hidden 6 here in this column. This is the only spot where a 6 is available, so I'm going to double click that. So that's a quick way to find stuff where, you know, normally you don't know exactly what specifically you should be looking for. That makes it a lot easier, where you're not like spoiling the puzzle for yourself, but you're still giving yourself a decent enough breadcrumb to keep going and figure out what to do next. So once again, I say, okay, what's my next step? It says hidden single 1. I can click on 1. Okay, there's my hidden single. There's another hidden single. Okay, locked candidates with 5, so I'm going to select 5, and right off the bat I can see, okay, this box up here has 5 in one of these 3 cells, so this one here cannot be a 5, so I'm going to exclude it. Lock candidates on 8, same thing. Right off the bat I can see here's 2 8s that exist in this box, so these 2 cells here cannot be 8, so I'm going to highlight them both and exclude 8. Also down here I can see these 2 8s exist in this house. It's got to be in one of these cells, so this one here cannot be an 8, so I'm going to exclude that one. Lock candidates on 9 now. And once again, I'm seeing these 2 here. Those stand out right off the bat. And this one here, I can exclude. Again, lock candidates on 7. So let's see, what do we got for what? Okay, right here. So these 2 can be eliminated. 2s. Let's see, where's okay, this one can be eliminated. 3s. Okay, right over here I got 2 3s in this house, so these here have to go. Okay, naked pair 5 7, so I'm going to select 5, and when you have a naked pair, what it's telling you is you're going to find 2 cells that only have a 5 or a 7. So this is 1 and this is 1, and notice these 3 cells say that there's a possible 5 here, there's a possible 5 7 here, possible 5 7 here, but because these are 2 naked pair, a naked pair of 5 and 7, I know that these 3 cells cannot have a 5 7 or 8, so I'm going to exclude, I mean a 5 or a 7, so I'm going to exclude 5 and I'm going to exclude 7, and now I can see there is a hidden, or a naked single, the 8, that's a naked single, so I'm going to double click that. Let's see what I got next. Naked single 9, okay, there's the 9, there's a 6, there's an 8, so it looks like we might have opened up the puzzle with that. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, here's a naked, or a hidden 9. There's a 9. Let's see what else we got. Okay, 4. So yeah, all right now, because we're on medium, we're finding fairly easy things to spot. It's not a super difficult puzzle as far as like spotting where your numbers, where your candidates are disappearing. So we've pretty much got this puzzle down now, so that one's done. So let's switch over to hard and let's start a new puzzle. Let's see, what else can I show you also in this? You can save the puzzle, which is pretty handy. So like when you get to a certain point, like what I'll do is I've got various puzzles that I've gotten up to a certain point, and I'm like, oh, that would be a good thing to teach on this particular scenario that we're in right now. So I could go up here and say save puzzle as, and it's going to let me save it as a Hodoku puzzle file. So when I come back and I load Hodoku and I go and open puzzle file, I could find the puzzle file I saved previously and load it up and be right at a certain specific spot where I can demonstrate a technique or show something. And let's see, I think that's about it right now. Let's just go with that for our initial intro video for Sudoku using Hodoku, and I'll come back with some more videos, some maybe another like basic video kind of getting rolling with Hodoku, and then also some intermediate and advanced videos, and we'll cover specific things like wings, which is what I've been studying and practicing over the last several months. So thanks again for tuning in. Please subscribe, give this video a like if you liked it, and leave some comments below, and keep an eye out for more new videos. Thanks guys, bye.